Welcome to motherfucking High Street. Shout out to motherfucking Dallas Rose. Game. Rebels Empire. Your girl Fame Jackson.
Get him slow.
Yeah. I let my court. I don't back and forth. When I shoot, I score. I don't miss no more. My truck 2 doors. Chanel full of ones. I'm close to done.
Switch to the Sony
That
cam.
nigga here hard. Got money that's good. Make him to the chores.
There we go. Yes, we're live. We're back. This is the podcast. We got a whole new gang in the house tonight. We got a super dope guest. My name is Dallas Rose. What's your name?
Big Naughty. I'm just kidding. Naughty with 2 eyes because I'm extra.
Fame not feeling too well, but she's good. She'll be back soon. And then
Send her wishes.
we got special guest Key.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Key. You already know what the fuck it is. Yeah, I was ready from the beginning. And we rock with the podcast, and we about to get into it.
Yeah. And then we had a situation. So Wesley was a part of the show. He was our engineer, and he got into some legal trouble. He's facing some pretty serious charges.
Oh, gosh. My prayers out to him.
So, free Wesley. His boy Maniac supposedly is ratting him out. I mean, it's crazy. So, we hope he can be back someday, but it looks like he's going to be gone for a while.
I thought he was. Okay.
But anyways, we got some new crew members here tonight in the house. We got, everybody knows Jerry-O. Jerry-O, show yourself. Is that camera working? There he is. And then we got Wassel. Was it Wassel, right? Or Wazzy or Wassel? Wasi. He told me to say Wassel, bro. He known you for a long time. He told me to say Wassel. Oh, so we call you Wasi. Wasi. Videographer extraordinaire. Come say hi to the camera real quick. Say hi to the
Say hi to the camera, bro.
Say hi to the
Come on,
GoPro.
GoPro.
Right there.
Yeah. So I think
and just real quick about Waffle, I for like 2 straight months when I first met him, I was calling him Waffle.
Waffle.
And it was a total accident because I misheard your name. And I dead ass, I was like, yo, they call him that because he light skinned? What's the word?
Damn.
We got Sadiq, the super manager, chilling out there too. Shout out Sadiq.
I thought that was his name.
Skin.
Nah,
I'm pretty low.
You light skin. I'm light skin.
I know, but compared to all our other friends, we and him are the lightest.
Especially my brother.
If you were to be a waffle, would you be a Belgium or Eggo?
Belgium.
I love that.
No,
I feel like you gotta go Eggo, dude. Eggo's a class. I mean, Belgium's probably better, but like
it's substantial. It's filling.
But Eggo's is so bomb. It's so like
filling, right?
Yeah.
Start is run. I like it. Look, I want to do some shots with you guys to celebrate.
Oh shit.
He's ready.
Yeah. So who's got glasses? We had a few glasses out there too, right?
Oh yeah.
Can
you pass me the one on top of the? Yeah, that's mine.
Word.
Can I get the bottle of Casamigos too? I'm sorry. Right next to the laptop. Por favor.
Por favor.
What kind of booze you want there, Key?
I'll go with the Mimi. The Mimi was smooth. She has some Mimi. Yeah.
Oh,
she has some.
I never heard it called that.
Mimi. You never heard of Mimi?
Yeah.
Is it out there on the leg rest there?
One or the other.
On the leg rest thing?
Yeah. On
Belgium
the
Wasi.
Belgium.
Yeah, we bet. It's a wee bit.
Yo, that's
We
dope.
should have
That's
like
dope.
a
I'll get this
I'm gonna change that.
You want some of this?
That's how you embrace it.
Yeah. I'm put that on shirts too.
I'm gonna take a picture and
It just be your face on a waffle.
busy. Alright.
Ready?
Wait, you gotta get.
Oh, that could be you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's lit.
I've been
Brought to
taking
you by Casamigos.
That shit is tasty.
That was disgusting.
What that?
Anything on this table. You said tasty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you're
is
lying.
good.
Well, you like light or
Well,
dark?
she's Dominican, so
I
Who's
like.
Dominican?
I thought you what do you?
I'm Cape Verdean.
Ain't nothing.
I mean, that's almost the same. It's all good.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
One is derived from Spain, the other one's derived from Portugal, I guess. But
No.
you know,
But
I
light.
thought
You like light or dark?
Liquor?
Yeah.
guys.
See, that's why I like to be.
Wow.
I'll go light either way. We're talking
Light.
liquor or women.
You
doesn't
see, that's
matter.
why I like to be behind.
Light
the
or dark?
camera.
I used to.
Don't say a fucking word.
I used to like dark, but I would only
Dark
prefer
guys?
like liquor, like Douce or like dark rum. But I think I fuck with like light liquor now.
Light niggas.
Yeah.
And I'm still like me. I was like, cause I know you smoke. I used to
I don't
smoke
know what
like
you're talking about.
like.
No, of course.
I was like, I used to smoke like heavy, like not like heavy, but I would buy like halfies like every week. And
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's not that much.
You still smoke that much? Or you still
Nah,
smoke?
I've not bought weed in like a year.
Really?
Yeah,
But
so
you
I
mooch
got
off people?
no. If I'm with my
3 weeks
peoples,
smokes better. Don't say much.
I'm like I don't mooch off of people, but if I'm
I'm
with
the
my
illest
peoples,
mooch.
like, I would never be like, yo, roll up a blunt. Like I just be
Yeah.
like, if somebody passes me, I'm
Oh,
like,
my
all
tell them to
right,
roll up a
Yeah.
blunt.
cool. But
Depends.
yeah,
Depends who, right? Like
If it's
my
a guy.
brother, I'll definitely say that.
what?
Roll it up.
Roll
Well,
blunt.
he gets pissed, yeah.
Wait, let's go back to Naughty saying if it's a guy.
What?
That was
If
kind of
it's a guy,
sexist,
I'm gonna tell him
low
to roll it up. Roll up a blunt.
Me
I'm
like
chilling with him, like we're chilling, and I know you smoke. I know you want to smoke. You might not be smoking because I'm there. I'm like, yo, roll one. I don't really smoke like that though. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't really like to smoke like you
me.
said.
Like, I like to smoke, but I don't know. Maybe it's a pride thing where it's like. I wouldn't want somebody telling me like, yo, roll a blunt. Cause like, nigga, you roll a blunt. But like, I don't know. Like, for me, I would never tell you to roll a blunt. But if somebody passes me a blunt, I've smoked within the year. But I got into a car accident like in December, and I told myself like before I get my car, I'm not buying packs. So I just haven't bought it since.
Oh, because you want to save up. And all
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
I have basically. I'm saying I was a heavy smoker.
Yeah.
Not really a drinker. So now I'm getting like my tolerance up. But I definitely do prefer like light now over dark.
Okay. Okay.
Back to a question
with
though,
you.
I do want to answer
Yeah.
it too.
What?
I feel you on that. Like I am very much like depending on the night too. If I want dark or light, but I'm always going for light for the light or the dark, and I kind of kept back on smoking too.
Yeah.
So,
Cut back. Been trying to cut back too.
But let's ask
Really?
her. Huh?
You've been trying to cut back?
Why you act like that's a surprise?
No, cause like, just cause like I don't know what like what's the reason? Like, is it financial stuff? Like,
So one because I had a definite nicotine addiction from blunts,
Okay.
right? And I don't like having that.
from like the Fonto.
Yeah,
That's why I be
it starts
vaping.
to be like I
Like
just want to
backwards.
smoke so I can get a nicotine high. I
Yeah.
don't really want to get stoned. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That grosses me out. And then two, I don't know. I just feel like it makes me lazy. It makes me eat too much. You know,
I feel
all
you
that
on
type
that,
of shit.
yeah.
Like, I like smoking obviously, but like at the same time, sometimes I'm like, why? Like, is this actually
Like
any type of
yeah.
benefit, or is it just a negative in my life? You know?
That's
I
why we
feel
doing
you.
edibles now, because I feel like me personally, like I just have anxiety. So if I'm
When
really
you smoke,
it's not even when I smoke in general. Like I'm just an anxious person. Like you told me what I came in, I'm gonna do this. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm talking a lot, and then afterwards I calm down. I'm like, okay, we're all cool here. You know, like hi. like, so I normally need a little
Show
bit
your
of
mic
weed.
a little more. I want to make sure it's not cutting out.
yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
We got new mics on the way. They didn't come today though.
I just need a little bit more weed.
Quick question
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
So that's the you said about edibles.
Yeah,
That's the negative. That's the opposite for me.
yeah, I know.
I get
people.
mad anxious. Yeah. I
Really?
How many milligrams?
Huh?
How
That's
many
what I'm saying. You
milligrams?
gotta pace yourself. It's all about what do they call it?
I could do-
Nah, I could do-
Microdosing.
Microdosing.
Yeah, you gotta
Nah,
microdose.
fuck that.
I
Take
can-
150 to the
mushrooms.
face, bro.
I love shrooms.
No.
It's all about
too.
mushrooms.
It's
I've
so
never
bad.
took shrooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
Okay,
really like to
so
trip
Key, you
anymore.
are missing out.
I don't
I am
like-
peer pressuring
I
you.
love
They're
tripping.
fire as fuck. They make, trust
so
me,
happy.
go in the studio and we're on them.
yeah, you
Like
be killing
microdosing.
it, bro. I'm telling you, you find
Be
a
seen.
different version of yourself. Like
Yeah,
you're like.
you've done shrooms?
Yo,
I love
it
shrooms.
switches something in your
If I
mind.
could do shrooms every day, it just takes you away from reality, though. That's the thing.
Well, not depending on how much you do. If you're bombing yourself and you're really tripping,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
I'll
But
be
I like
tripping.
taking a little bit. I like taking a little bit.
Tripping.
Take a
I be
little
tripping
bit.
on the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know?
You take just a little bit though, like,
No, like-
enough
Like-
to barely
like-
feel it.
Like a
No, I
like a
approve.
dim,
I approve of
like
your drug
a
use.
gram and a
Yeah,
half.
like
I don't
you
even
smoke
know.
one blunt instead of smoking like 2 or 3 or something like that. Like,
Because
I
if
get what
I
you're saying, 'cause
can't start with a tray 5. I can't start with a
No,
3.5.
you need to. That's when you need to sit down with people you're comfortable with and have an experience.
Yeah.
it's
But if you just eat like a nibble, like half a cap,
nibble is
something like
crazy.
that.
Nah,
No, for
yo,
real,
don't
yeah.
listen. Hold on.
Just-
Hold
you
on.
just feel
Don't
good.
listen to Dallas. Do too
Who's
much.
oldest? Who's the oldest one in the room? Who's the wisest?
Oh man,
Oh,
old people
you-
don't know
Clearly me.
nothing. No more.
Clearly,
You don't
me.
know nothing.
no more. Old people don't
You
know
over here
nothing
addicted to
no more.
Fronto. We can't trust you.
Hey. I concurred with him. I
Yo,
second
everybody in
that.
this room is probably addicted to front.
I ain't addicted to Fronto.
Well, you quit, right? Or you slowed down.
And I was, butt naked are nice, straight like Marley, straight raw, straight paper.
Okay.
People be using grabba,
I
using
need,
too
I
much
need the
grabba.
grabba in there.
Talk
I'm
that
just
shit.
like,
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
put that shit up
Right.
in there.
because I be getting high off the THC.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get back to.
Okay.
It's just getting into the THC.
What do you like to roll? Like, what's your preference?
I mean, I like blunts.
You like spliffs, or
I like a spliff, yeah, all that. I love anything with nicotine in there. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's
No,
the
that makes
problem.
sense. That makes sense.
You know?
It's the extra kick.
Yeah.
because I prefer spliffs too, but like I haven't really rolled in like a year or two, so the shift from like strips to like grabba is like different because they just be like,
but grabba
sprinkle it in there.
Grabba's smoother to me though. Like I feel like the strip is like like I don't know, it hits different. But the grabba's like it mixes in with the weed, so you have like a beautiful high.
It depends. It depends on like how much, because people be like they'll put like this much weed and like this much grabba, and I'm like, you guilty?
Facts.
My cousin the other day, she smoked a blunt with me. This was, I promise you,
put grabba
I
in
stopped
blunts?
smoking.
You wait in a spliff or
3
a
weeks
blunt?
ago.
You stopped smoking?
3 weeks ago.
She lying. She lying.
Quit smoking weed.
I technically wasn't really a smoker. I hate saying I'm a smoker because like I'm weird. Like there'll be moments where I'm depressed, so I just smoke a lot, and then I stop smoking.
Okay, like as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, so it's like I don't like saying that because it's like, bro, I could get off of it tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm just like tight or in my feelings, so I just want to keep smoking. It's easier, like to forget shit.
Makes sense.
Like it's just so much easier, so I'm gonna just smoke. I don't want to worry about.
So you haven't smoked in 3 weeks.
Yeah, because I'm good. I don't need.
So you're never gonna smoke ever again.
Damn.
No. Yeah. Maybe. Possibly.
Well, I mean, I've smoked. Okay, I lied about saying I haven't smoked in 3 weeks. I haven't bought my own weed in 3 weeks.
So what's the
That
last
means
time you
some. That means there's some dude wasting his weed right now.
Oh man.
Let's keep it a stack.
That's a huge.
2
Not
days,
me
2
being
days
a
ago.
fiend.
Let's get it right.
It
2
was
days
2
ago.
days
That was the
ago. I
last time you
smoked a blunt.
smoked.
After I went to the gym, I had 2 hits. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not
4
bad.
hits.
Maybe 5.
That don't even count. That don't even count.
It's always gonna be even
This
number.
is the-
It's always gonna be
6.
even
This is the most bullshit quitting I've ever heard of.
There's no
didn't quit.
self accountability happening,
You
bro.
didn't
It's
quit.
fun. It's
Slow
funny as
down.
fuck.
Yeah.
so
Kind
down
of.
to quit.
She like, I don't smoke.
You know,
Just
it's a
sometimes
process.
maybe.
It's a process. You know, you
I
gotta.
don't like liars.
You gotta grab.
I don't like
I'm not a
liars.
liar. I'm a white liar. An outlier.
What's that?
No,
supposed to be?
first of all, Dallas is the
You
white
said
liar.
He's a white liar.
An
He's a
outlier.
white liar.
I'm a white.
No, but a
truth
white
teller.
lie.
I'm a truth teller.
A white lie means
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
like
you the
that.
truth.
I'm a
but
truther. You're a truther.
I'm a truther.
A truther. That's what
Like
it
a
is.
little bit. You know a white lie when you
Yeah,
say
I know
like
what
a
you
little
mean.
bit
I
of
know
the
what you
truth.
mean. But I think I think that whole phrase is kind of bullshit.
Because you're white.
It's just a lie.
I think
He just
it's just a
doesn't like
small
you misappropriating his race.
You know?
So many jokes I can't tell.
Wow, whatever. Let's go. We need to get into this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
my fault.
on.
My
This
fault.
to her.
I feel like I let it.
No,
Because I
honestly,
asked the question.
honestly, I like the conversations.
My fault.
It's
You know,
funny.
I like the conversations. But yeah, Key, I don't really know anything about you.
Oh wow.
You know, I met you at the Sound Lab
Yeah.
several times. We've said what's up, all that type of
You
shit.
know.
I've been begging
Same
you to come
here.
on this podcast.
Begging.
And I just like I feel
Finally.
On his
like
knees.
it's not begging.
was
I
crazy.
just
Why
have,
I get
listen,
fucking
listen.
Adam
He
Lewis
was
leftovers.
crazy.
Listen, I have the attention span of a squirrel, and like
Squirrels
I
are
feel like
smart.
there's been a surge of like people trying to contact me, and like DM is just not the right thing, so I just forget. So
Nah.
he has not been begging me. He hasn't.
So what do
been
we gotta
begging
do?
me.
Send
It's
a
just I
telegram
forgot,
or-
you know. But
Hey Jerry, will you check the audio on your phone?
Yeah.
Just make sure we're good.
Tell the truth.
But yeah.
You were begging me.
But you're here,
he wasn't. Yes.
and we're excited about it.
He said it
Yes.
himself.
We're
I was
good.
asking politely.
Okay.
But yeah, you're here. So like, where are you from?
I'm from Dorchester,
Okay.
Massachusetts,
Okay.
Boston. Yeah, what?
Close to me. Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say. Are you from Roxbury though?
Yes.
Which that didn't seem like a
No,
certain.
originally from New York, but I grew up in
What-
Rochester.
What part of New York? You were born in New York.
People from New York
Queens.
love saying they're from
Queens.
New York.
My grandmother lived in Queens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She passed. I visited her like when I was very young, and I only went a few times, so I'm not really familiar. But I do remember like she was from Queens. My dad's from England, and then when they came to the States, they went to New York. So yeah. But so you were raised in Roxbury.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I've been living there for 13 years. But when I say raised, when I was at the time when I was living in New York, I would like come back and forth because my
Like,
brother is
commute,
like lives,
yeah.
So for the past 20 something,
Jeez.
almost 30 years, I've been like
back and forth.
back and forth every summer, like some like Christmas. Yeah.
I knew there was somebody like about you.
Yeah.
Now I'm joking.
Wow. But yeah, I
thought he was always all
born
Roxbury,
and
but
raised in
no.
Boston.
Yeah.
Grew up in Dorchester.
Okay.
Right now I'm based in Randolph, but I go back. I'm in the city all the time.
Every time I always want to say you're from Brockton. I don't know why. Like, I'm like, you don't keep from Brockton? Da-da-da-da. Like, I swear to God, every time I'm like, wait a minute, she's not from Brockton. I forget what interview I did. I think it might have been Sinner. I did the interview with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, Key. And I was like, I think she's from Brockton. And then Sadiq was sitting right there. And he's like, no, she's from Boston. I'm like, oops.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why.
So
I thought he was in Brockton.
the crazy thing about you is that, like, you kind of just started, right?
Yeah.
Making music.
Yeah.
Did you really just, so, what I want to know is, like, obviously you're, like, a new artist on the scene and stuff like that. You got BMA New Artist of the Year. Shout out. Can we get the applause for that, Jerry?
It was crazy.
Thank you.
So dope.
That's
so
what's
dope.
up.
I saw you perform there. It was like, yeah, she deserves that award.
Yeah.
Thank
Like,
you. I appreciate
it. It was
you.
like you looked at home on stage. It was really, really cool. I was super psyched, you know. How did you? So you must have been making music before that, at least, right?
So my first studio session was actually in March of 2021. I dropped in July of that year. So prior to that, I wrote songs. I freestyled smoking in my car with friends, but I've never professionally like recorded music prior to March of 2021.
That's pretty unusual, I think, because like you sound strong on records. Like,
Thank you.
You sound like you've been doing it for a while. You've definitely performed like you've been doing it for a while. Is it something that you always felt like that was in you and you were just kind of waiting for your moment to like, okay, I'm going to do this now? Or was it like, oh, actually I can do this?
To be honest with you, no, not really. Growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a very like supportive family, but nobody really like talked to me about my future. Like once I graduated from high school, like what are your steps after that? What do you want to do when you get to college? Yeah. So I was kind of left to my own devices to figure that out, but music never really crossed my mind in that capacity. I was just like, okay, I'm in school. What do I want to major in? Nothing really intrigued me. The only two things that really intrigued me when I was in school was like psychology, like sociology, and anything that had to do with like understanding people and
Is that a
making
fascination of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, I was really just in school after high school. I went to Northeastern for my freshman year, and then after I transferred to a community college, Roxbury Community College.
I graduated from there too.
Oh, congratulations!
Congrats.
I didn't graduate because COVID, and that's when I really just started diving back into just all the artistic mediums that I like to do. I was just taking walks by my house and just like freestyling and shit like that. And
really?
Yeah, like I don't know how all this like is, as much as it's new to y'all, like who is this? It's new to me, and I'm still figuring myself out.
Does it feel weird to you?
Yes.
Yeah? Like, I don't know.
I feel
do you have like imposter syndrome?
Not necessarily like that, because I feel like I'm very comfortable with who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
I think for me it's weird of like how I'm perceived. Like because people think that like I'm such a good or like natural or talented artist, people perceive me in a certain way, and so they treat me differently. Like I'm like this, like I've got it all figured out, and I'm still figuring out myself not only as an artist but as a young woman, and just trying to establish myself. So it is like it's a polar like experience.
So it is a little bit of imposter syndrome.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because you deserve it. Like, you have to tell yourself you deserve it.
I don't feel like I do.
You don't feel like it, though.
Because there's been, like, I've came into this community meeting people like you guys and who have been doing this and in this industry way longer than I am. And I've been in it for, like, 24 months. And I'm getting all these...
But your numbers shouldn't... Like, what you get is what you deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't ever... Who gives a fuck what anybody else has been doing, bro?
I feel like as creatives, we're the hardest on ourselves.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know,
I mean, that's why everybody talks about imposter syndrome.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to... I think because when you're in it, like, you feel like you're the same person still in a lot of ways, right? So then when things start to change around you, the way that people perceive you, it's
It's hard.
It's unsettling. You're like, wait, but I'm still 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
And you still feel
You
like
know?
your genuine self and you want to be that for everybody, but like you can't because you can't trust everybody. You can't like let everybody in. You can't be accessible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different things because you know what you want for yourself, but you know that you're this type of human being.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, like...
Do you mean like people trying to use you and shit?
That, or
Or-
it doesn't even, like, it could be using you, but just in general, like, imposter syndrome, I feel like mainly goes, like, along the lines of what you think about yourself and what the world thinks of you.
Okay.
So, and how it aligns.
Yeah.
So, what you're searching for is that alignment the whole time. But when it doesn't align, or if not
It
even
don't
that,
make sense.
It don't make sense, or it
It's
hurts
confusing.
you. It's confusing
I
and
feel
it's
like
hard.
the-
But you should
yeah.
always be focused on what you think of yourself. Forget any of that other
Well,
stuff.
yes and no though, right? Because like, I don't know if it ever aligns.
No, it won't. But that's what you're searching for, that validation. That.
But I think that's
and
a
I hate
mistake to search for
validation,
that. I think that's a mistake to search for that. Like,
But when you're doing something for a bunch of people, is that not what you're doing? Like being an artist,
It's kind of
Kind of.
appeasing
even
to
though we're
like
doing what we want.
what the audience wants.
but it's unhealthy to seek out some external validation.
Yeah.
And like do something so that other people
So
give you
that-
something.
yeah.
You should always try to do shit because you enjoy
wanna
it.
do
genuinely
it.
like
I
to
want to
do
get
it.
on stage. I want to record this song. I don't give a fuck what everybody thinks about it.
Thinks
That's
about it,
how
yeah.
you want to be. It's hard. It's hard, obviously, to be like that. But I think that's the goal,
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
right?
And I think for me, and I don't know if this fucked up. I appreciate all the reception that I'm getting, but I genuinely don't care about those things because me making music, it was something that wasn't unintentional because I didn't anticipate being in this position. But now that I am, it's way bigger than myself. Like, I'm not just trying to be a known artist. Like, I want to actually be impactful with what the gift that I've been given. So like I said, I had an interest in like psychology and in part like being influential to kids and being a resource. So I had like interest in like psychology and stuff like that, or like social work, but I wanted to do something greater than social work that was more impactful for like kids or like just people. So I feel like with doing music, I'm doing that, and the agenda that I'm trying to push is like, do what you want to do. Like, it doesn't matter what people think that you should be doing, whether it's family, friends, external sources. Like, do what you want to do and understand that, like, you are important. Don't try to be anything that you're not, and really just strive for your greatness. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my music. And it's been so like weird because I didn't intend to be in this position, and to be like New Artist of the Year at the Boston Music Awards, or like do all these things, it's just like surreal. Like, I feel like I'm in a dream. Like, even being here, like, and you like being interested.
I understand that part.
You
being
know,
here with
like,
us,
or
on
y'all
this
being
show.
interested in like asking me these questions. It's just like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I was freaking working at Expressions, a sneaker store,
Finish
like,
line for me.
like
It
2
was
years
finish
ago.
line
So
for
Damn, you guys
me.
don't work anymore? I could use a discount.
No,
man, I wish I still had the discount. Man. I need a new wardrobe.
I want to go back to like what you were saying though, with like the psychology thing, because like for me, it's the same thing because it hurts sometimes. Because like you get like I feel like I wasted my time getting a degree for my family to prove a point to like, you know what I'm saying, and like the whole time like I was like searching for something else, like something that was just mine, that didn't attach to nobody else, like simply naughty.
Is it that first generation syndrome now? Because,
Maybe.
like,
It is.
Yeah.
because you're from
Cape
you're Cape
Verde. So my
Verdean.
family came and all my sisters. I
That's
still
From
have other
Praia,
sisters.
Fogo, Santiago, which
I'm Playa and
Playa.
São Vicente.
Oh, São
So I
Vicente.
have like a mix of the bougie
I worked with
and
like
the
12
ghetto.
Cape Verdeans. So I don't know too much.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's a weird feeling for real.
Can I ask you what your upbringing was like?
Yeah, for sure. So I was a planned child. So my parents, when they had me, they were married and they were planning for me to be born. But you know how relationships work. Like when I was young, they had divorced. So then I was going between like households. So
How old
If
were
you
you?
say 5, I'm gonna go crazy.
So I was with my mom up until, I think they split maybe around like when I was like 3 years old.
Hard to
Very
even
young.
remember
Very,
that.
very young.
Yeah.
I remember being with my mom up until I was like 9 years old. Then after that, there was a lot going on with her and her mental
Shut the
health.
door.
So I started living with my dad. And that's when I started just living with my dad up until my teenage years. I was going back and forth. It was very, like, all over the place. But I was a very oblivious child because they tried to keep me centered and not really into mischief or, like, anything, like, negative. So, yeah, like, there was a lot of adversities I'd face when it came to, like, home life. And it started, like, fucking with me when it came to, like, school. So I used to be, like, a honor roll student. Like, I used to get, like, A's and B's. And then eventually it started deteriorating over time, like, C's, then D's, then F's.
Yeah.
And then, you feel me? And then eventually when it got to the time that I got to high school, my GPA was like 1.78 or something like that. I couldn't get into any colleges, and I got into a program at Northeastern. I don't know if you're familiar. It's called Foundation Year. And it's basically for kids who excel in everything else besides, like, their GPA. And it was that. My parents weren't
You
bad.
was big on extracurricular. That's what, things like that piss me off because it's like, they don't ever want to pay attention to the talent or the things that we're good at. They want us to be so stuck in this box. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it made you feel lesser than, because, yo, you talking right now, it's crazy how much we're similar. Like, it's so crazy. Like, same thing. I was back and forth between my mom and my dad. She had mental health issues after, like, my dad and her got divorced, and then she just kept dealing with different men type shit. Like, and she left. She went to go live in Cape Verde, bro. And I had to go live with my dad in high school.
So, you've been living with your dad
I
not
lived
now.
in high school with my dad, then with my mom, then now I'm with my dad again. It's just like, it's always been that back and forth type shit. So that's why it's crazy that you're saying that. So, like, I feel you on that. Like, you just always had to feel like you was, like, I don't know, identifying yourself in whatever space you were in.
Yeah.
But if, like you said, once you got to high school and, like, it was like that GPA thing, like, they just didn't make you feel, like, valued enough or, like you was it, and bitch, you're it. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, it's like talk your shit now. Like, really talk your shit.
Yeah, but my my home life was, it was interesting. I made it work. I made the best out of what I could do. A lot of my I was just figuring myself out. I spent a lot of time with myself. I was just a very, like, a kid in my own, like, bubble.
Yeah.
So my upbringing, it wasn't the worst. You know, I'm appreciative of what my parents were able to provide me, and that's why I am the way that I am today.
Yeah.
Like, how I approach things, my personality, how I react, how I deal with situations. So I'm extremely blessed and grateful that I've had the upbringing I had, and I wouldn't change it for anything. The hardships that I struggled or you endured are for a reason, you know. We wouldn't be who we are without that. And I feel like, you know, that's life. Life isn't always going to be great. And as a kid or as a, you know, a young adult, we may not be able to understand at the moment why we're going through certain things that we're going through. But they all end up making sense in the end, so. Yeah.
That's crazy. What was your favorite? This is a funny one. I just feel like we have to throw something fun. What was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
Oh, for sure.
We can't see.
Static Shock.
Sorry.
Let's see. Can we see Key? What's your favorite cartoon?
For sure, SpongeBob.
Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted from the answer.
SpongeBob, Powerpuff Girls.
Yes, you see me on Bubbles today.
Yeah, that Bubbles is my favorite character.
Are you serious?
Yeah, besides Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo's like.
But yeah, SpongeBob.
And the girl in the red dress, the girlfriend.
Blue's Clues. You know Blue.
Bellum, Miss Bellum.
You like Miss Bellum?
Yeah. With the orange hair. With the curly.
Yeah, that's all you can see. You can see her face, huh? Yeah.
You can see her face,
that's what I'm talking about. The dress. She had a nice little body.
Big old, yeah.
She had a nice little body.
She
was thick. That's crazy.
Mine was He-Man. That's why we got Beastman.
He-Man.
Like
I used to love He-Man too. That's crazy. I haven't thought of that. Wow. Okay.
How was this is a question for both of you, really, but like, what's your experience been as a woman in the music industry? I was wondering about that, right? Like,
you want me to go first? Me go first?
Yeah.
This actually, who asked me that? I went on the podcast at Do Over Don't, and they asked me that same question. Surprisingly, it's been extremely positive.
Yeah.
When I first came out, a lot of my listeners were men, and I didn't anticipate that, or I didn't expect that, because I don't know. I just didn't think anybody would listen to my music. So the fact that men were, especially I can see on Spotify and Apple Music, what age demographic it was.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it felt like, damn, they respect me and what I'm doing. And maybe it's because of my character and how I move. I don't tolerate a lot of shit. So
it's because your shit's hard. That's why.
It's my shit's hard. My music's hard, but in person,
I meant the audience.
I don't take a lot of shit. I don't like being degraded. I'm not gonna be sexualized. You're not gonna talk to me any type of way. So
yeah,
it's just extreme respect. I respect your craft. I respect you. I respect what you're doing, and it's just been extremely positive. I had mentioned on their podcast. I'm very aware of myself, and when it comes to conflict, or if I'm speaking about things, I try to just be as level-headed as possible. I don't want to, because I'm a woman, I don't want to be deemed emotional, or I'm being a bitch if I'm being yo, I don't fuck with this. So hopefully any situation I've been in that, it wasn't taken that way, but it's just been extremely positive.
Yeah, because I always wonder because guys are guys.
Yeah.
Right. And when you're an engineer or a producer, right, you have an artist over, you're in sort of a power position in a way, at least. Yeah. And, especially if it's one-on-one and you're alone with them, I've always thought that must be sort of, in a way, a little bit uncomfortable or, threatening for a woman. Well, when I have female artists over, I, make an extra effort to, not be skeevy at all. Don't, nothing, I think even be interpreted, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, I'm gonna let you speak, but for me, I don't even let that happen. I grew up around a lot of men. Yeah. Even a lot of my friends were men, and just how I am as a person, I don't know, but I've never had to deal with that, and if I did, I set things correct, because I don't tolerate that. I wasn't raised that way. So if I see something or I feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna let you know, yo, don't do that.
You said your father raised you mostly, right?
Yeah.
You think that's why? That you're like that? Or do you think that helped?
Probably. Also because I have an older brother who, I looked at how he moved and things like that. It definitely played an influence. But me personally, I never had to deal with that.
Yeah.
Have you had to deal with that?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we had two different experiences.
Type of experiences.
Because it's for me wise, it's opposite. I was raised around mainly females, no male figures in my life. I got an older stepbrother, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel me personally, I always see my mom, I don't want to put her on the spot, but just dropping niggas, it didn't mean nothing, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what I know. It's I don't give a fuck, what you want or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I want it, boom, then okay, maybe. But I always made it a thing, or now that's more heavy on it, is to make it about business when I'm in those spaces. Because I think it's hard. Because I'm, like you said, this is the difference in us. I don't care if I'm sexualizing myself. And there's nothing wrong with that because we have a difference in opinion. Mm-hmm. But what I see in the difference is that it's harder for me to get my respect.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But to me, it's not because of the fact of females thinking that. It's men. And I don't care to get your dick's going to be hard regardless. You know what I'm saying? Not no crazy shit. But it's you want to talk your shit. You want to talk your shit or whatever because I'm out here in whatever I'm in, but you still think I look good. You're still watching. You know what I'm saying? So I've never and it took me to a place where I had to start feeling that because of the fact that it's I already did it. My first music video, I'm not a big fan of it. But you know how many people was no, I love that video, don't drop it, don't take it down. I took it down for a little bit because I was too revealing. I didn't like that, and I feel like it was just an impulse thing. And not even that, is I bought the fit and I didn't try it on until I got to Vegas. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, you shot your first video in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Thank you.
What's that song called? Shout it out.
Ain't Me. Who laying in your bed if it ain't me?
Oh.
But
it's on OnlyFans only, though.
I just think it's very dope to see how much we came up alike and how we moved very differently. But like power to us both. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And that's why I like hearing from you, mainly because like I feel like we've been in very similar spaces and been around each other so many times. We haven't had like a serious one-on-one or like, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I say on every podcast, I don't give a fuck, like, I'm waiting. Like, what's up? Because like I just think we'd be crazy together, especially in Dallas. I know you wanted me to touch on this the other day, but like when I had the ladies' night the other day, there was nothing more beautiful than seeing us like just throw ideas at each other, give each other lyrics, give each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, us just being together as one. Like, I'm tired of y'all. Dicks in the room is annoying. Like, I'm sorry.
That's how you need one.
All right, let's leave.
I
can do it.
I got one. He's at home. He's got
I feel like you guys were like, I feel like that was probably so much more collaborative than like a men's session would be. You know,
yeah, because
like,
it was just, we got to do what ladies want.
You were there.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't allowed.
He identified as something
so sexist, but
it is sexist. I don't care.
Because I feel like in a room of guys, like you say, like sharing lyrics and shit like that, like that's
or
rare.
You feel afraid to say what you want to say because it's like you don't want to seem no type of way, or you're just shy, or what if they're gonna think this about you? But like we were just us, like it didn't matter, bro. Like, and that's all I've been searching for so long, bro. Like, it was beautiful.
And props to you for like structuring that, creating that space, because maybe there's a lot of people, whether it's a man or a woman, that cannot take that first step to even coordinate something like that. So the fact that you wanted to do that and you did it, like, really big, like, blessings and props to you. Because there's not a lot of women who are, whether it's in Boston or across the country or the nation, who are doing that and want to see women united. So like I feel you on that, like being able to be in a space like that. Like I can only imagine.
I want more. I want to be everywhere with that shit. Like this is just the first fucking episode. Like if I could be in Atlanta in the Voice of the Baddies, and I'm just overseeing females in Atlanta. I'm not rapping. Like I don't care. Like I could spit any day. I don't really care for that. I'm worried about like seeing like y'all not really doing nothing. Like come on, let's do it together. Well, that sounded bad, but you get what I mean. Like if you're doing it by yourself, you're not really doing enough. Like I don't know.
Where do you guys think female rap is going? Because I feel like
we running shit.
No, but that's definitely happening. But I feel like most of like lyrically, for the most part, what do you hear as far as popular music goes is like pussy rap.
Yeah, right? no bullshit. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Yeah. And not the fact that I'm like, I don't fuck with that. Me, I'm big on women empowerment. But I feel like we're more than that. Yeah. I feel like the industry already puts labels on us where it's like, you can only be successful if you look like this and you talk about this type of shit. Yeah. And like me,
they want to downgrade us.
You feel me? And at least with the shit that I do, I try to break that barrier and be like, yo, like, you can be successful and talk about whatever the fuck. Nigga, you can talk about killing, you can talk about drugs, you can talk about your pussy, you can talk about the fucking sky and this planet other earth. Like, do what you want to do. And I feel like what's highlighted in the industry right now is that with quote-unquote pussy rap, but there's a whole bunch of artists that are women that are dominating in so, like, a vast variety of different fields outside of that. And what I also don't is, like, why are, like, I feel like only women in hip-hop are highlighted. Like, there's country artists, there's alternative rock artists, like, there's a whole bunch of different, like, women dominating so many different fields within the music industry, and I just want to see more of that.
In those other genres,
that's what I'm saying.
But women have been more prominent in those other genres versus rap.
Well, hip-hop is running everything, though. They got the most streams out of
any genre.
Why do guys get to talk about fucking, but we can't? As soon as we do, it's like...
Double standards are crazy, right? But they
exist. We gotta be more. Oh, I can't want to fuck. I have to be more than that.
And
not
even,
like that.
No,
like,
but I agree. Like even with what men talk about, in particular, let's say, like, hip-hop, like, drugs, gang violence, women, sex.
None of that shit
so
we should
as a
be
man,
talking about, to
I
be
will tell you
honest.
that should get tired too.
That
do.
It
do get
That's
tired.
what I'm saying.
I've been saying I want to make happy drill.
You know,
happy drill. Like I don't want to talk about shooting. I want to look at the stars. Like the same way you just said. That's why I laugh when you say look at the stars. I'm like, bro, I was off of shrooms, just like wow. Like,
because I like we have the Kendricks and the Coles, but like more of that. Why aren't those
things
things
lit
highlighted?
Though. Like Kendrick and Cole are very lyrical, but I want to be lyrical and lit. Like you know what I'm saying?
And
like,
I feel like I try to cross that barrier. Like you know.
Yeah, you be spazzing. I heard your shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, but if we're talking about like the evolution of like women in music, I think it's just gonna keep growing. Like, because there's like a surge of just artists in general, especially within music. It's just we're just gonna be seeing more. We're gonna see a lot of more women dominating, especially because quote unquote sex sells. But besides that, like, I feel like there's gonna be a paradigm shift.
Definitely.
I always think it's talent over
us.
everything, though.
Yeah.
Like, sex
Exactly.
could sell to a certain extent, but like
It's
Nicki
always
Minaj sold sex, but she's a beast regardless.
And she
you
was
know what I'm saying?
versatile as
No,
fuck.
but she
Yeah.
can't be just sex and not be nasty. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like sex is only good. You can open up an OnlyFans maybe after a couple of years, but like if you ain't got good music, no one's gonna care.
You guys
What would
familiar
you
with a female artist from Boston, Nay Speaks?
Yeah, hell,
She's super fire, right?
can we put the clap? Can we put the, please.
That's funny.
I got one
never
dropping
heard
with her soon in the Molly Ali. It's a really dope track. But like everything I've seen her do is like she's like
Positivity,
not pussy rap.
yeah,
you know,
like
super
straight
conscious,
positivity, talking about like
Yeah.
her experience, like, and she's young.
crazy.
She like
freshman
is
in college.
she goes to
She's down in Georgia,
Atlanta,
yeah.
and like yo, like I'm just excited to see like where her journey goes, and honestly, all the women that I've been exposed to within the city, within the state, I feel like we have a lot to offer, and we have more than
women
what,
everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, I think that what happens, right, is that like when you're talking about relationships, right, and sexual interests and stuff like romantic interests, like men are primarily interested in like beauty, and women
external stuff.
Yeah, and women are primarily interested in power.
In what way?
Like that's the primary attractor.
Is it?
That's why you have powerful men dating beautiful
I think
women.
you want a man who's gonna. It doesn't have to be power. I don't like
It's
power.
like
as a word,
status.
but you
It's
want
like
a
it's
man-
like that's like
No,
the
not
first thing.
status. I don't think status is the thing. Like you want a man. I'm
Maybe
saying,
I'm
like,
just
a
an
man.
outlier.
I don't know. I want
You
a
might
man
be.
like that can
Yeah.
just like.
But I think in general, right? We're talking in general terms. Like those are the things that like women are most like. The first thing is they want like power, and men want beauty. So that's the first thing that comes out when you have like women emerge. 'Cause, like women in hip hop have like at first it was all men, right? And then women started coming in, so it's always kind of trailing. So like I think that's why like the whole sexuality side was kind of the initial thing that women brought to the table.
I
as
think
far
men
as,
are
like,
assholes that
I
can't show their
disagree.
titties.
I feel like because
What
women,
titties?
I feel like because men, like I said, whether it's music, just in business, and just, especially in the United States, men dominated a lot of things. So, what we would only be successful in what they want, you know.
Right.
So
that's
I
kind
feel
of
like
I think that we're just kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
said the
like-
same thing.
Yeah.
so. It's just like. It's not something that we wanted to do, but if we wanted
That's
to
what
be,
emerged first.
yeah,
That's what people gravitated towards first.
because that was
because
the
of all
standard
that
that was
shit.
set.
Yeah, because of all that shit. And then now it's starting to be like people are kind of waking up to the fact that like actually women have a whole lot to offer. You know, beyond all that, and appreciate that because the timing is right and all that type of shit, and that's awesome. I think.
Also, you got to remember a lot of those. You said pussy rap
Yeah.
aren't. Like women are the primary consumers of that too, though. Like
I
when
know,
I
we
hear
be over here
Glorilla, or when you go to a club, they were like, "Yo, play Meg Thee Stallion, play this and that." Those are women are the main consumers in America.
Because
so you have to
that's-
respond
that's
to the
to it.
consumer
because
base.
that was what was said.
Oh, no,
we didn't
no.
come out with like conscious women rappers at first. So
I'm
of
not
course
saying
the
you're
demo-
wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree because
I also feel like though it's not even about what we came out with because I feel like that's what rap started as, like Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper. Like it's not even about like that. It's just that we turn into this space of where we want to be like. What's the her empowerment and then we focus on the pussy too much. Like we was like we should be talking about pussy, but like we took pussy and just like
ran with it.
That's not the only thing.
Queen Latifah never like
So-
sexualized herself, and she was one of the OGs.
That's true. The original female rappers weren't really like that.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
think
Lil'
nowadays
Kim,
everything's
Foxy
hyper
Brown.
Little
Kim,
Kim and
yeah.
Foxy brought
You know what I'm
that
saying?
out.
They came in
Yeah.
and changed that. I made it
Yeah.
seem like, and they still had the like. Some people be trying to say Foxy don't have the bars or whatever, but I'm just trying to say like.
What?
Liar.
Who said
I feel
that?
like Foxy,
That's
Foxy
crazy.
is
said
there.
this?
Foxy's there, and Lil Kim is there, and they were sexualized too. But like you said earlier with the Nicki Minaj thing, is that they had the bars to back it up.
Yeah,
So
Lil
if
Kim
we're
was
gonna-
nasty, though.
Yeah, so if we're gonna be sexualized, you gotta have the bars to back it up.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, but I was gonna ask you, what do you feel like Boston's sound is? Like there's a Detroit sound, there's a Memphis sound.
I don't think we have a sound.
Yeah.
I feel like because we have a lot of influences from everywhere, whether that's Detroit, whether that's New York, or whether that's Chicago. Like, we have a lot of think about it, even when it comes to like schools or stuff like that, like there's an influence of people from everywhere.
Isn't it Juilliard? What's the music school that's here? Like, I feel like Boston,
Berkeley?
Conservatory.
Berkeley,
Or Berkeley's here, yeah.
Boston is the sound. Like, that's what's crazy to me. Is that people from out of state, the big states, LA, they come to us. You know what I'm saying?
they?
For our engineers, for our...
Well, yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not just for the artists. That's what gets me tight. It's because you're coming to us for the musical...
Go to Berkeley.
I feel like right now when it comes to like particular industry, I feel like there isn't a sound. I feel like there's so many, like there's a diverse pool of artists. I don't think we have a sound now. I don't think that means that we won't have a sound eventually.
I think we're next.
But I feel like, hell yeah.
I think we're next. Like, it's so crazy because every state already got their name. Like, we have to be next. There's been so much spotlight on us with the Celtics. We're like this, that, and they're like beyond us, politicking and all that. I feel like Boston has to be next for music.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like Bia.
It makes no sense.
Coil
But Bia
Ray from
left to
Rockford.
LA. Like, Bia is Boston, Coil Ray is Boston, but they left. I'm saying for us to be here and to make it.
Yeah, we need like, it has to be a genre that you can point to when you hear this shit come on.
That's Boston.
And it's be like, oh, that's
I think it has to
a
do with the
Boston
culture, though.
whatever
Dude, you gotta
song,
talk like
you
this
know?
kid on the record.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's on us, dude. It's on the producers. It's always...
Park the car in the house.
Exactly,
Any
dude.
sound in hip hop that you can point to,
In the
it's not
Harvard
so much
Yard.
about the artist.
Yard.
It's honestly, it's about the beats.
Yeah.
It's a style of beat.
But I feel like, well, I can't really speak for a producer because I'm not a producer.
Yeah.
But I feel like not even producers locally, but in general, like we have just like a lot of producers trying to mimic a sound that already exists. Like
Right.
instead of just like doing
Shit's
what they
trash.
want, because they're trying to make it now. They're not really in it for the long haul. Like,
Yeah.
all right, let me develop something like
Because
organic.
what happens is like,
You know?
artists go on YouTube and they're like, oh, this
This
New York,
works.
New York drill beat, this Detroit beat, this is fire. Like, I'm gonna use this, and they go to the session and they use that, and the producers they're like, wait a minute, like, oh, I guess that's what people want. So if I want to sell my beats, I gotta make that type of shit, and it's kind of a vicious cycle. So something has to happen where like either artists need to say like, you know what, I'm gonna just only fuck with local guys and like the weird shit that they're making until we find something, or producers have to say fuck that, like we're gonna stop making that other shit and make some different shit and wait for people to come.
I need engineers to like make sure the shit's finished before they send it. Cause like it be sounding good. It really be sounding good when I listen to it, but I just feel like
you mean?
I can't explain it because I don't got an engineer ear or a producer ear. But I know at the end of the day, there's always something. I'm like when it's like supposed to be finalized or something, I'd be like, bro, that sounds like muffled or I don't know, like.
Nah, mixing beats is important. Like they got.
No, that sounds like she has issues with the engineer with the muffles.
Me?
Well,
That's
but
what
you're
I'm
talking
saying,
about.
but
Are you talking about like when the song is recorded or when somebody sends you a beat?
When you get the beat.
I'm saying when I get beats from people, I don't want to say muffled is the word.
It don't sound clean.
it's
It don't
overcompressed.
sound clear. Like there's no.
When I hear it, I
doesn't,
know
like-
at the jump, I'm like, this ain't gonna be it. Like, and when I get that, like, cause I have a good ear for beats. That's why sometimes I'd be like, damn, are you supposed to be a beat maker type shit? Like, my ear just fell out. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if you feel this too. Like, sometimes I just hear a beat and I'm just like.
To be honest, like I'm just really picky with beats, like OD. Like that's what I was telling you earlier. Like I prefer like being in a session with a producer and cooking up something from fresh because they get a sense of like what I'm feeling maybe at the moment, and I really get to resonate with what their sound might be. You know what I mean? But when it comes to engineering, I send my stuff to one person and one person only. Yep. And that's probably because I was blessed with working with an engineer. His name's Will Frenchman.
Shout out Will Frenchman.
Shout out Will. He was working at the Mix Loft in Quincy when I discovered him back in 2021. But now he's based somewhere else. Yeah.
I went there before.
Yeah.
Hey, shit sounds good. So he's doing his job.
Hell yeah. I've learned a lot of things, but when it came to the muffling thing, like. I've recorded in sessions with other engineers and producers, but sometimes I cook up at my crib. And I'm still learning how to self-engineer and, like, just do shit myself.
Yeah.
And there was this one track, it's Stupid off of my project Terrible Twos.
Stupid.
And I was cooking up with Ideal before my boy Ideal before I recorded, and he was fucking with my my interface, and he had the gain all the way up. And like me, I'm still learning like what gain is, like what EQ is, and stuff like that. So. Yeah, like I was like, what is this fuzz vocal like? Once he was sent it, but it worked with the type of beat that it was. So I ended up, I'm like, all right, can't do it. I'm not re-recording this whole shit. So. But when it comes to like producers, I'm just extremely picky when it comes to sound because I'm so versatile, and like I feel like when people send me beats, like I don't know if they're sending this because I think she'll kill this, or like they genuinely think like they made this beat for me. Because half of the time it just be like this sound like some like. No, either you just started producing, or like this is some like just a sound that I already heard.
Yeah, like so. What I sent you was like there was like 2 that I made with you in mind, and the rest I was like, this might work. This might work.
Do you remember the names? Because I seen Kiwi.
That one I made with
that
you in
one,
mind.
yeah.
That one was that came out pretty good. It kind of I don't know. I wasn't super satisfied with it, but and then I forget what the other one was called, but yeah, with you I was like. I feel like you have such a wild sound. I wasn't exactly sure. I kind of wanted to like throw a bunch of shit at you and see what you picked. We didn't end up making a song because you want to sit down and put something together.
I would love to.
And I appreciate that because honestly, like a lot of times my favorite beats are the ones that I make with the artists in the room. You know, because I have no like. There's no possibility of overproducing because like once you're like okay, it's ready. Like I'm writing to that. That's the shit.
Yeah.
Then I'll stop. You know what I mean? Whereas if I'm by myself, I might
keep going,
and adding too much or whatever it is. Like that's kind of the balance that we have to find as producers.
Yeah.
You know. And then also when you're working with an artist, like every move you make, you're checking it with them real time. You know, and you know the melody is right. And once the drums are hitting, you know that those are right and everything. So. I enjoy that, so I can't. So we're gonna make a song, and you guys are gonna hear it.
I have
thought you guys made a song today.
Not
no,
yet.
we didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The song that you made with Saunyé, was that something that you cooked up on the spot with him? Because I know he's an artist and a producer.
No.
Was that something that you already had? Like
I had that beat. I think that one. No, I made that beat for him, and I sent it to him, and
that's
it
hard.
worked. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, and then he came. I think he came ready for it. Yeah.
Wow, that's fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of beats, I want to know. So you guys are both artists, right? So I've had a couple situations lately, or one situation recently, where, like I had a disagreement with an artist about splits, right? So for me, right, if I don't charge a fee for the beat, and it's exclusive, you all right there?
I'm sorry. I'm being ghetto.
Breaking your nails off. So for me, right, I think that songs, the starting point is to split songs 50-50, artists and producers, right? Maybe you guys agree with that. I don't know, but I've had artists where they feel like that's giving up too much.
No, like that.
And that's confusing to me.
No,
in the beginning, I can't lie, I used to think that, but then afterwards, I'm like, if you're not charging me, yes, but if it came to a point, it's harder. It's hard. Like, if we sat there and we made the beat together, then I get it, like, we actually worked on something together. But if you're just sending me a beat, like, if I bought a beat off BeatStars, like, I don't think you just made that beat when you was, like, just cooking up. Like, for you to have 50% and not even know, like, you was catering it to me is crazy. I don't know why.
Why though? Because like you're forgetting about the fact that person spent hours
making it, and
he
it's
paid
not
for
even
mad
that.
plugins to make you pay for
Rap out
But
the
it's not that I don't think you shouldn't get any royalties. I never said that.
If you pay
but
for the beat,
I made the song,
So-
you just dropped it type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, you put it out there, so you didn't know who was gonna get on it and make it crazy.
So I got a question though. So like when you go on the road and do a show and you're getting paid for it, are you gonna give that producer any money for the beat you're using?
I feel like that's when royalties
Yeah.
comes in, because at the end of the day, if I have BMI and ASCAP, if my song's being played in a club, that's gonna count as royalties.
No. But I'm asking.
But that's
you,
them
like,
getting paid.
No,
that's publishing.
That's-
I'm talking about recording royalties, the master.
But that's what I'm saying, is that's what confuses me at the end of the day, because I'm thinking royalties at the end of the day is like, you have your shit set up, everything's coming to you.
No.
Let's talk about a situation. So let's like if you're buying a beat off BeatStars, that's different because you're paying and there's leases and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
like that shit.
That's
but
different.
If
If you
me
pay a
and you,
fee,
50-50.
if somebody sends you a beat and says, "Hey,
I never
I'll
told you
give this
no.
to you exclusive," no, you didn't. If somebody says, "I'll give this beat to you exclusively," I'm not gonna ask for a fee. I just want half of the master. I want half the
we
streaming
worked on it
royalties.
together. You saw potential in me.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do 50-50. I love that. But somebody on BeatStars, no.
Well, you're paying for it then. You're paying for it.
I'm
That's
paying
different.
for
That's
it,
different.
yeah.
And also, if I send you a beat and you're like, "Hey, I don't want to split it. I'd rather pay you."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
$1,000.
I think for me, regardless of the situation, like even if I do pay for a beat, most of the product I've paid for a couple of beats. My first project was all YouTube beats. I paid for them. And like I paid for a couple of beats going like forward. But yeah, like I generally think like 50-50 because I just think of what the song is as general. Like I have the lyrics, you're the production, and that's what composed the song. My lyrics, unless I'm doing a cappella, like you feel me?
Damn,
like
you making a lot
but
of
you
sense.
never
That's
write.
crazy.
You never
know,
just.
like,
You never just write something without, like, I don't know, like, that's what I feel like. Like, if I wrote something without a beat and then I go and find a beat.
Still.
They made the beat without the lyrics.
So then
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
just
The same
drop
thing
us
as
the
you went
lyrics.
and made the beat without me having the lyrics. Like, okay, so yeah, it is 50-50. Right?
I think it's like, just
Equality, guys.
50-50.
It is 50-50.
Like,
But I think it's the face. I think it's like, that's the
Because
hardest part. It's
think
like, I
about
have
it.
to go out there and
Like,
be that person for that song. Like,
because-
No facts,
Right.
and you get paid for the show to do that.
Yeah,
you're
'cause
gonna
so
get your
that's what
show
I'm saying.
money.
I didn't
I'm
know-
not.
I
If
didn't
I
like,
gave you a beat, I'm not making show money.
writing, composition of a song is not only lyrics. Like producing the song is also like you're a writer on the track. Like it's not lyrics writing.
Yeah,
but
I mean
like,
that's publishing. Like that is pretty standard.
like,
Always 50-50.
yeah, like-
That's
50-50.
But I think that the recording related royalties, which is separate from writing the song, that's where it gets a little murky.
I think you got to give the engineer something for the recording too.
Well, it depends. If they're getting paid though, they're getting paid for the job.
Yeah, it has to be an agreement, but
You know, if they're doing it for no fee, then you definitely should give them points.
Yeah.
no. But you ever hear tracks and be like, "Damn, this engineer bless this person." Like,
Yeah,
this would
bless
be
Hell yeah,
person.
but
The
they probably
beat
got
made
paid a lot
than
more,
the
though. They
lyrics.
probably got
I've
paid more.
seen that. That's why I'm saying they get paid more. The beat's better.
Like that should be crazy.
So
I'd be
maybe it's all
like,
circumstantial because I feel like if you get somebody crazy on your beat and your beat was very simple and we're going 50-50, but like if you had somebody else, you know when they send out beats.
you kind of
That's
like
a dangerous road though, because you could be like, "Oh, your lyrics are very simple, so I get more
I
now."
can get more now.
Your
Yeah,
values,
that's
your
what I'm saying. Your values, your values.
If a producer plays you a beat and you're inspired enough to make a song with it,
That's beautiful.
that's it. That's it. You like the beat.
I think in general, people
matter who you are.
nowadays are selfish and caught up in their own shit that they get so caught up. Like, no, I don't want to give up my percent. But dude, I'm not gonna get your show money when you get. Let's say you are getting 50,000 for your show. You're getting 50,000. You
Not
might share it with
always.
your team.
Her
But
label, her manager, this.
No,
that,
I know, it's gonna get
somebody's
split
always
up.
taking from us.
No,
yeah,
too.
the artist is
Like,
always the last.
I know
one.
Like the
exactly.
last
No,
one,
no,
like,
of
still,
course.
yeah.
But then
Everybody
if
thinks
I
we're
made
just making a bag for like we're paying this person, that person, the videographer,
no,
this,
of course.
the hairstylist, the makeup
I'm not
artist.
saying that's
like,
not happening, but if she gets 50K a show and she's using my beat, I'm not getting paid for her performing.
Yeah.
She just
But you
used my
gotta be
beat.
making
You
that
technically do
50K.
make
When
some
you're making that
royalties, but
50K,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
matter.
In general, no.
If
In
we're
general,
Glorilla
no.
and Cardi B, it don't matter. But if
Were
you're
you
like
in a
here-
situation where like you had to deal with something
So I
similar?
mean, I had a situation today where you know we had recorded the song and I made the mistake. I definitely fucked up. I didn't talk about business first. I didn't say we're gonna go into this and we record the song. If it comes out, this is how I would like to split things, right? So we were talking about putting the song
Respectful
out.
too.
I should have done that, you know, and I always intend to. I forgot because I was so used to just splitting shit and whatever.
Yeah.
It's my mistake. But we were talking about putting the song on, and I was like, hey, I think I forgot to talk about splits. Usually I do 50-50. Are you cool with that? And the person was like, hell no.
What
We just won't put the song out. And so I was like,
So what?
Okay.
So what was their idea of like how that would have worked out? Like,
I don't know. It didn't. That there was
Never
never
came
even. I was like, hey man, like you know, I
He's part
fucked
of the
up. Like
conversation.
you know,
Yeah.
you can. You know, I even said like, you know what, I made a mistake. Like I didn't bring it up. You can just take the lease. Don't even worry about royalties. Let's drop the song.
yeah.
You know.
And
he
they
was
still
like,
was
nah,
like,
I'd rather
yeah.
shelf it. And I was like, all
Okay.
right.
People just want shit for free though. That's weird.
Yeah, that's also.
I'm
like-
always paid. That's for me. But at a certain point, I'm just like,
And that's what I don't respect. Like me, I'm a very like I'm a woman of my word, and like I just respect like doing good business.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't expect anything for free.
Yeah.
So the people who do like understand like it's not how this shit
And when
works.
you get shit for free, you never get it the way you want.
Because it's like,
to.
would you do your shit for free? You know,
It's a fact. You search your shit for free and you're gonna get the worst quality. You go pay for it. That shit's better. I don't care. People used to come at me because I pay like a couple for my videos, but I loved how my videos came out. Like every time, I never complained.
Yeah.
Why would I care? You know what I'm saying? Like quality over quantity. Like.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
It's all good.
It's just like
nothing. But
I think for me,
there's.
I think what the issue is a lot of people aren't educated on like how the music industry, the music business works, because a lot of people just feel like, oh yeah, I'ma just pay for this session, I'ma just do this, and it's just, and I'ma just like,
I'm gonna get rich.
yeah, and like not really understand like the etiquette behind it, or like just
You put
like
your time
understanding, like
Yeah, I mean, I come from being in rock bands and shit like that, you know, and when you're in that situation, it's completely collaborative, obviously,
Yeah.
right? If you make a song with a band, you know, there's no like,
And that's
the
a big-
singer gets
yeah.
it all. Like, no, like you're splitting it up. So when I make a song with somebody, that's kind of how I start.
You ever been in a session with somebody and they're like, yo, can you just, I don't feel like paying this guy, can you make this beat over? Or cover his tag up? That's happened before too.
No.
That's
you
fuck
did
shit.
do that.
I've seen someone in a studio session, not for my shit, because I don't fuck with that. I'm an asshole. I would tell them, go fuck yourself. But no, they told the engineer while I was there for a different beat, like, yo, can you make this over? Because I don't want to pay the guy. What do you think about that?
That's fucked up.
That's snake. That's bullshit. Yeah.
Right.
That's bullshit. And I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that as a producer. What were you going to say?
I was gonna ask because remember the other day I asked you, I was like, because we wanted to do the Cypher song.
Yeah, right.
But like, I really want to know because this is something I didn't know.
Yeah.
But like, if it splits, I feel like everybody's even. That's what I was trying to make sure. Is like,
Right.
if there's 4 females on a song, like, you know what I'm saying, rapping, and there's one.
That's a
beat
good
maker,
question.
how
One producer,
many,
4 artists,
Is
3
it still
artists.
50, and then the 4 artists gotta split 50?
I think,
That's crazy.
I think so, yes.
Y'all had to split all the words up.
Because
But
the
if
artists,
I made the beat with him, I'd split it with him.
right.
That's why I was like, I didn't know. That's why I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to
No,
step
and,
overstep.
and like I said, I'm open to other opinions, and like it's not that big a deal. That
And I
would
want to
get,
see
like,
what they would say because I didn't
Yeah.
care. It was just like, yo, if I go tell 3 females, yeah, we're about to split 50%. They're like, what, Naughtyy? And I'm like,
Yeah.
Like I would
Yeah,
rather
it'll be
in that scenario, I'd rather see
25,
the song get done. and
50
we'll split
people
up.
would be like 50, 10,
10,
like
but
12,
let's keep
12,
it-
12, 12.
But most
And you
artists,
get the-
you're not
You
making
gotta-
your money off the streams like that. You're making your money off your publishing and your show money. So like you're worried about a 10% of what? Like how many streams you get?
But we got like it
Streams
doesn't
are
matter,
cheap.
right? Because let's say it's fucking 20 billion streams, right? It doesn't really matter. It's more about.
If I get out
What-
there and I do more shows, we're going to get more streams.
But so the
Because
reason
you're
why
gonna
I
get
think
money each show.
the reason
But
why
he's
I
still gonna
think
get-
the reason
No,
why I
no.
think it should
Oh,
be 50-50 artists producers always is because when there's four artists on the song, each of you are carrying less of the load.
yeah,
You're not doing 50% of the work.
Yeah.
You're doing
less of the load.
12% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? I'm still making half the song as the beat maker.
Regardless.
For
I
example,
think I deserve that half.
50.
for example, on High Street, like when I make a beat and an artist comes on, and let's say you get on my beat, I split my 50% with the engineer. I give him the 25%.
I don't have a problem. I'm a fucking bartender. I got to split with the busser. The
No,
fucking,
that's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? Like, I've always, but I don't ever like to speak for other people's money. So if I went to Dallas, I'm
Facts.
like, yo, yeah, we're going to do that 50-50.
Yeah.
And I go to girls, all right, we're all splitting 50% together. They're going to look at me like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe some of them going to be like, Key. And be like, all right, cool. I respect it because he did that work. But I don't know who I'm dealing with. You know?
Yeah. You gotta tell them to get out their feelings.
I can't say yes. I wanted to say yes.
Not
you know
even
what
get
I'm
out
saying?
their feelings, but it's just like
Get up in your
ignorance.
Birkin.
Like
I agree with you. That's a bet. You put it in a way better way. Yeah.
it's ignorance, a lack of
Well,
like
yeah, yeah.
knowledge,
Stop.
like understanding.
Yeah, but that's what like you. That's a. I think
Just
that's an
educate
emotional
yourself.
response because I've seen old rappers to new rappers, female and male, react the same way in an emotional way instead of thinking like, oh, maybe this is how business works.
Yeah,
you
and
know
how
what I'm
long
saying?
term it'll
That's
be, how
emotion
much you'll
over
get from
logic. You know what I mean? And I
Is
think
it
that's-
emotion or perception?
That's
It could be both.
It could be both. You're
Yeah.
right.
Two things could be true at once. You're right.
You definitely right.
Yeah, that's why I never say no off bat because I'm like, wait a minute, let me think about it. Because I remember I had a manager coming to me. Oh, my hair just
Girl,
fell
are you
off.
falling apart?
Nails
Get
coming
up
off.
in your Birkin. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I
About
had
to
a
lose a
manager
limb
coming
too.
to
Like
me.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I love it though. She put it on like, hey, get her, zoom into her. Ooh.
Honestly, that looks kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, give her another one. Give her another one. Give her another one, yo. That looked kind of fire.
But your hair does look beautiful.
So funny.
It do. I like the blue. The blue's dope.
Right.
Thank you. I want to try something new. Period, sis. You look beautiful, natural. I love it. You have a beautiful face. You ain't got no bags. I'm jealous as fuck. Like, you're just cute. Like,
Yo,
You don't have bags either.
I got makeup on.
You don't
My
have.
bags is LV and Michael Kors because I can't afford nothing else.
Listen, no. Bars. I feel like
Bars, yo.
you're mistaking bags. Like we just all eyes like naturally have a pouch. Like you see like their
No,
eyes.
facts.
Yeah, but my family, so we call it the
making fun of
Cardoso
my
eye.
bag?
You could see my grandfather,
C-Town
like
Key Food
everybody in my family, we got this. So it's not even like, they be saying skincare routine. I'm like, bitch, I do my skincare routine. Like,
I got
don't play
genetics
with
to
me.
deal with.
It's genetics that, like, and so I be putting
Yo,
my
Key,
concealer on.
can you explain the
A
stars?
pouch.
Can
You don't
explain the
have
stars?
bags, but like, wait, can
It's
I explain
natural
what?
right here. She's talking about the
The
little.
stars on your face. Can you explain that to
Oh,
the people?
so basically, they're not stickers. They're just pimple patches.
I knew it. My sister does it too.
I'm breaking out like.
Yo,
right,
I broke
have a
out too
pimple
recently.
right
No,
here.
I honestly thought they were tats for a second. I'm like, those are kind of fire.
Tattoos?
I thought they were tats real quick for a quick second. When I looked at you, I was like, wait.
Would you judge me if I had a face?
No, I
tat?
thought that would be fire.
I want devil horns. I know
Why?
that's because I'm naughty.
Okay, that's a little bit too much.
That one's
Let's not
by
talk
your
about that.
eyes.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Cause I
Like,
think my eyes
devil-
make me demonic. Like I can explain it. Sometimes I don't know.
Wait, hold on,
something. Like
hold
I be
on.
feeling
Let's
like
close
NBA
up on
Youngboy.
that.
You ever look in NBA Youngboy's eyes and you just be
Okay.
like, this man looks evil.
He does.
He looked like he been through some shit. Though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I said. Like that's what like
He got,
that's
like,
what
he got too
that's
many
what it
baby
looked
mamas
like.
too.
You feel me? But like
Got too
you,
many baby mamas.
I don't think you look evil.
Sometimes
So
in
would
the
you put
sun-
the horns as like wings,
Just
like
like
liner?
like or maybe
Liner, like,
that'd
that's
be
what I mean, like,
lit
liner,
too.
like-
Yeah,
Wow.
I could just see it here. Like or maybe if it was just devil horns right here.
Besides horns, what other
There's no
things
other.
do you
That's what I'm trying to
symbolize
say
as,
because I
like-
didn't want devil horns. Everybody's like, no. I don't like the devil. Don't play with me. It's just I'm naughty. What else? I could do a kissy face. But I just think that's corny.
Hold on, let me see.
But I do want a little one right here. Like I want it so bad.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna type in naughty.
Naughty, and what comes up? Bad
Yeah.
kid, bad gal, bad gal Nazi instead of Riri.
Bad girl, Naughtyy.
Oh wait, I want to ask you, what's your favorite song that you recorded?
That I recorded.
Cause you already know in your Birkin is mine. I know I be singing it wrong, but it's just because I just get the
If
flow.
I'm being honest, every time I record a new song, that becomes
your
like my
favorite
new
one.
favorite. But I feel like my favorite song that I recorded so far will probably either be "Stupid" off
Yeah.
of my project Terrible Twos, or "Flesh Ripper" off of my last project. I recorded this other song on Sunday. And it's nothing like it's like melodic. I've never done any like singy shit.
Were
like
you singing on this one?
yeah, and I
Like auto-tune singing?
no, like
Period.
like
She said
maybe
she got
like
the voice.
Melodyne, like for like my like
Melodyne.
No, but yeah,
like
everybody
maybe
does
for
that,
like
yeah.
but for not for like my main vocal, like
Yeah.
not only for like some of my like ad-libby shit, but like it was very like different.
Cool.
You know what's funny? I heard signs of that when you were playing your tape out there. I was like, damn, I think she wants to do something else. Like
I do.
It's in her.
The thing is, I do other stuff, and because I've put out, I have a whole bunch of unreleased songs because I've put out what I have, and 2 projects kind of have like this kind of like alternative hip hop rock sound. A lot of
Yeah.
people think that that's my sound, and honestly, it's kind of aggravating and frustrating because like I get comparisons like. Or like, oh, you remind me of this artist, but it's like
I gave you the Trippie Red comparison.
no, like I hear, like I hear it,
What's the girl?
but it's
Her
like
name?
Rico Nasty,
Rico.
and that's one of my favorite artists, and I definitely am inspired by her in certain ways, but I'm so much more than what I've already like released. Like,
And I think your voice is different than hers.
yeah, I'm working on a project, a very introspective project. Hopefully, comes out later this year, where I get to actually articulate my story, like the things that I've told you, like who I am, like where I came from, what I've endured, what I experienced, and it's gonna be nothing like the things that I put out. So I'm really interested in people discovering me more in my artistry and like who I am. But yeah, like there's my favorite song so far that I put out are those 2, but I'm still every time I record, I feel
I feel that.
Do you have any of those songs on your phone that we could hear tonight? at the end
Yeah,
of the show?
I do. I think.
Cue one up for the end. We're gonna play some, because we always like to play some unreleased shit. Usually it's something we just made. We
Yeah.
don't have that opportunity tonight, so we gotta play.
Word. Yeah.
play
I'll
some new
definitely
shit.
find. I'll definitely find.
We're about to leak it on that piff.
Oh my God, that piff is crazy. 2 things that I want to ask you, right, about what you did recently. So we know you dropped a music video to Berserk.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking like, I followed all, like, you know what I'm saying, kept up tabs, because I'm like, you know, I'll tell you my ideas later, you feel me? But I want to talk about you in Berserk. How was it like shooting that music video? You know what I'm saying? Because it was very different. It was dope. I loved it all. Like, your facial expressions are always everything in the music video. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I love that part. It's like, okay, Nikki, but it's really key.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, how was it like being a panelist on Testing Lab?
Wow, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's fun, right?
Hell yeah, I would love to do it again. For the Berserk video, it felt extremely good, especially when it came out, because I worked a lot on it, and even though I have Sadiq as my manager, a lot of the stuff that I do is like funded by me. Mm-hmm. So like I've spent maybe more or less a rack on that video, and I don't work a job. So like the only money I get is either if I do a feature, which is very rare, or if I do a show. And even then, like, you know, we're all struggling artists ourselves. So half the time my show fees or my feature fees, I don't even get what I charge. And I work
for
with
your hair, your nails, your makeup.
you know, so I've recorded that video in August of last year. I've had the footage since then, and I had a particular vision for it, and I wanted it to be executed the way I wanted to. So like the easy part was the shoot day. It only took 4 hours. I paid for the studio that we shot in. I paid the videographer. It was the editing and really trying to like make the video. I was editing up. Well, I wouldn't say I was editing up until the couple minutes before it dropped. No, I paid an editor, but like I've transferring files, going to different editors, like to see if they could do what I was looking for. And so like I spent months on that video. I think it came at a perfect time, beginning of the year. So
and you had already won BMAs, like you did shows.
Yeah,
you dropped it in the summer, right? Berserk, the song itself.
in September, and it was like it was really dope, just seeing it come to life, and I was extremely proud of myself and my team and everybody who made it possible. So I was just like, it was just like, wow, like I'm just glad that was out. I'm glad that people get to consume it and really get to see like how much effort I put into it.
No, it was lit. I loved it.
Thank you.
I hear mad expression. I can't explain it. It's funny. I'm like, this is just stupid. Like, I love it.
And, as far as the panelists at the testing lab, it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I actually went as like a performer there to test out.
Yeah, that's kind of how you got introduced to those guys. I wasn't there back then, but
I went to a couple prior to that, and then I was like encouraged to do it. So I performed at the testing lab. I'm a regular attendee of the testing lab. I went to almost all of them, and I just make an effort to be there, not because I want to support the people who support me, but also I love getting exposed to new artists and new sounds. And two, I really go to hear what y'all say. Yeah. It's a great, like, reflect, like, for real, like, it's a great reflective moment, like, what are these artists that perform have that I may need to work on, or what are the things that come natural to me that most people may not have, and like really just growing and working on it. And I really encourage anybody who hasn't been to the testing lab. They happen bi-weekly at the Sound Lab located in Brockton, 60 Skinner Street. If you want, the next one is January 31st, and they happen every other Tuesday after that.
Y'all better give her a big bag for that. She just promoted the fuck out of y'all.
But yeah, like being from being someone who performed there to being an attendee to actually being a panelist was extremely dope, because I listen to what the panelists say, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, like I agree. Other times I'm like, y'all could have had like more substantial like feedback to that. Because these are people who probably never even performed or like don't really know how to perform in their, or like even with their music needs to develop, so they're looking for something to leave with to add to their
I always try
craft,
to give something actionable.
you know.
No, you're good at that. I remember I only ever been to one, to be honest. I think there was a couple in the beginning. I think I went to one, but it wasn't like completely called a testing lab. I don't know when it, you know what I'm saying? There was I remember they used to have open mic nights. Oh, Massive Media.
Oh wow,
Massive
I never knew
Media
that.
had open mic nights at Sound Lab. So that's where I first performed.
Wow.
It was Massive Media open mic night. And so Testing Lab came about or whatever, and I went to one recently. Remember the one you told me here? And it was just a great experience. Same thing, like listening to what they had to say to other people. Just kind of seeing and watching artists and even me, like, wanted to get feedback. Like, you know what I'm saying, type shit. Like, but it was dope. I just really loved it. And I feel like I always love to go back to Brockton. Because that's where I'm from. That's the city, 508, baby. But I always love to go back and just make sure I tap in. Because, like, I don't want anybody to ever say, like, oh, she just dipped and, you know what I'm saying, when try to do her own shit and never, like, bro, I be outside, but I'm always come back to the city.
You gave a great piece of advice, Key, at the last one. For that last girl that went up, that pop singer girl. She was crazy, though, by the way. Fucking unbelievable. Felicity Estelle. But,
Felicity's fire. She did a music video with what's his name?
whoa.
She's lit. I followed her as soon as I saw her music video. I know what you're talking about.
The videos was dope too.
Oh, she's lit.
I think it was her that you said this too. My brother mentioned it because my brother, shout out Max, came. He's a business from Spain. He came with me that time.
Wow, I never knew that.
He said that you told her to make sure that she keeps her eyes up while she's performing. And I think that's such a great tip.
Yeah, like,
you know,
it was so with the experience being able, like, that even I'm at a level where I'm able to be a panelist is fucking crazy. But I really wanted to have my presence there be beneficial, where it's like I want, like you said, I want to be able to have everybody leave at least with something that I say and really take from it and be able to have something substantial to work on.
Yeah.
And I don't know everything, and I'm not the most experienced artist. I'm not the most experienced performer, but I've had a lot of experiences, a lot of ups and a lot of fucking downs. And even though that from the public view, they may not see it, but I've had performances. I've busted my ass on stages. I've had performances. I've had performances where
fallen. I'm like, ooh.
Fucking, I've been at a show where I'm trying to like interact with the crowd and they're completely silent.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, not fucking with you.
A whole bunch of stuff. I feel like I have a lot to give and a lot to offer, and I would do it again in a heartbeat because, like I said, this music stuff is way bigger than me. I want to see people excel. I want to see them propel. I want to see them grow, and it was a really like dope experience, and I'm thankful. To be on a panel with.
I hope you
like
become permanent. Noble, if you're watching, you should make her permanent.
Amen. Hold on. Yeah. Amen. Yo.
Get key.
I'm with it every Tuesday. Like, I'll be there in my seat, attendance. Like, listen,
She ain't missing class.
we can talk. You feel me? But I'm letting you know I'm with it. You just give me the call. Yeah.
What's next for you? That new project you're talking about.
Yeah, eventually. I feel like since the BMAs, I feel like I've made my presence known within the city.
Yeah.
I feel like it can all, I'm not saying everybody knows me, and I'm not saying I'm the most known, but I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm just trying to expand outside of the city now and grow my influence.
How are you trying to do that?
A lot more live shows, bigger platforms, festivals.
Are you running any ads?
No, everything that I've gone,
organic.
everything's just been organic.
Yeah.
You crazy?
No, it's not even just about being crazy. I'm telling you, me and my marketing team was just going at it. It's just like they want to know her for her. If you're gonna put ads in, it needs to be ads in on your music videos and stuff like that.
I'm not
like
against
personality.
Ads. I'm not against ads.
It's gonna win it
everything,
all.
Everything
algorithm.
that I've had was so
yes and no.
organic.
I get it.
I'm not against ads.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like other things, like I know I use ads in like platforms like TikTok as a tool. So when I feel like if I have anything in particular that I'm really trying to push and get out, it'll make sense.
Yep.
But right now I'm not at a place where I can financially do that. I want to make the smart moves. But larger stages like festivals, I'm looking at more visual content, not just music videos, but like whether that's reels, whether that's live engagement, like just trying to put more of myself out there, because I can make music all day if I wanted to, but if people don't see who I am, it's not.
People need to care about you.
Yeah. And I feel like so like festivals, live shows, content, more music, of course, growing my discography and adapting my sound and really building my craft is extremely important to me. Trying to think, because me and my manager Sadiq, within the past year and this year, we create like goals, like a list of goals that we're trying to do, not only creatively or like career-wise, but like personally. My biggest goal is to get out of my house and make this financially sustainable, because right now it's not. Of course it's going to take money to make money, so a lot of the stuff that we've been doing has been coming out of our own like pockets, like whatever we get, we're giving back to the craft for creation's sake. But yeah, making it sustainable, because outside of when I'll be doing podcasts like these and I'll be doing interviews and shows, and then I go back and I'm still struggling.
It's annoying, the back and forth. Right?
I feel like I'm freaking
crazy.
Hannah Montana. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like it's this double life.
Miley Cyrus.
It gets back to that perception thing, because like everybody thinks I'm so great, but my life isn't that great.
Yeah.
To be real with you.
Yeah.
You know, I like.
Not great how though.
Like, I'm a young woman. I'm 22. I'm turning 23 in May. I haven't had the chance to dorm in college. You feel me? I haven't had the chance to dorm. I haven't had the chance to like get out of my like house. I'm trying to be independent in a way where it's like I'm stable, and not saying like I'm in a rush to just get out my crib, but like I need to, like, for my mental sake, for like everything. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, baby girl, mooch as long as you can, because I'm in the same space. I'm 24, and nothing's gonna be worse than you moving out. And the thing is, I keep telling myself, I go back and forth all the time, because I'm like, I want to be able to say that I did it, right? And you want to go out and do it. But older people always tell me, don't go proving a point. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and you always want your own place, right? You always want your own space. You feel like you need it for the growth. And I do believe that too, like 100%, but there's something telling me, like me personally, and I'm not trying to put it me personally, like where I'm at is like, I could go get an apartment tomorrow, but it would extend like the growth in my music. So you have to be uncomfortable for as long as you possibly can.
Listen, and the thing is, like I said, my situation might be different from yours, because I've been uncomfortable to the point where now it's compromising like my mental state. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I have no problem being like, you know, eased up on like financial responsibilities, but I don't care about that. Like, it's literally just fine. Like, if I had the financial resources to accommodate for myself, that's fine. It's just like I'm not at a place where I can do that. But I need to make this, like, I want to be able to sustain myself, be able to give to my family so they can grow too. Yeah. And like, I'm working on that. But basically, just those are my goals. Like, what's next is making this more financially sustainable for myself, expanding my exposure outside of the state, and creating more content musically and visually, and just like really like trying to go full throttle with that, more collaborative efforts. So I'm very like intentional with who I work with, what types of beats I work with, what types of shows and opportunities that I work with. If I don't see potential in the vision, like, or if it doesn't make sense, like, I'm most likely not going to do it, because I don't take every opportunity that's presented to me. It has to be extremely, like, intentional. It has to, if God places in my path, like, yeah. And building my relationship with God and just having more faith in myself, like working on my mental state. Those are the things that I'm really focused on this year. Do you make vision boards? I have made one vision board in 2017, and it's been that's why baby steps is on the vision board. Yeah, I have a physical one that I made with music thing. Like I meant with magazines, and it's still on my wall to this day. So
I have similar goals.
Yeah, like what's next for y'all? What do y'all have planned for like 2023? Whether it's you in music, Naughtyy, or like you with the podcast. Y'all with the
podcast of the year. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're taking that strap. We're taking the strap. No, I'll let Naughtyy go.
Music videos.
No, like everything you said, like I've been telling you, and for a long time, Key, I'm gonna be real. Like I've always felt like we're very similar. We just never knew. But like everything you've been saying, like same shit. Like I said on your podcast when I came for Christmas, 2023 was the year for me to live the life that I rap about, live the life that I'm over here portraying, live the life that, like, you know what I'm saying, what these people, like you said, they keep looking at you like you're living this really great life. Like I go out to shows and people like be like hyped about me, and I'm just here like, bro, shit sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not really like, I be going through it, bro. Like, and it's just like, I put on a show, and sometimes you see me and I'm not in the mood. Like, but one thing about me is I don't hide my emotions. Like, if I'm feeling away, like, I don't care. You're going to see it's going to show my face, but I'm going to still get to my work. I'm going to do what I got to do. Like,
not let
that's always been me. Like, even when I'm at work, they be mad at me because, not mad at me, they're like, oh, we love your smile, we love your smile. I think it's very selfish of you to expect to smile at me every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to give you that every day. That's helping you. What's helping me is feeling what I feel right now, and I'm going to be good tomorrow. I give myself 24 hours, I'm always straight, you know? So this year, sorry from all that, because I've been...
No, don't be unapologetic about your shit, for real. Like, I feel you, yeah.
Yeah, so this year is, like I said, just about living that lifestyle. Expanding myself in ways that I feel like I used to do when I was younger. One thing that I've touched upon, like after I turned 24, is I feel like I got older and I feel like I had to chase being young. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like when I put my music out or when I do things or songs, like I be trying to go with what the sound is now. And me personally, is like I know what my sound was before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have mad music in the stash. I'd be like, bro, and when people hear, they're like, what? You would never expect it because I'm just going along with this idea of who Naughtyy is already. This image. This perception. And it's kind of like I'm stuck with it because it's like, you already built this, but it's like, I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't feel that way. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like,
we're, as humans, like, we're, like, as people, we're always evolving, so don't feel like you gotta put yourself in this box and like uphold to this standard, this image that you built. You can change. Yeah. Things are always evolving. Things are always changing. So that's from me to you. Like don't feel that way because that's not true.
I appreciate that, and it's something I gotta remind myself. I'm my biggest critic.
Like, we all are.
I go outside, and you said it earlier too, and that's why I loved it because like I go outside and like people show me love, and I don't believe it. Like. I'm like, nah, they don't really fuck with you, Naughtyy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's harder. It's hard for me. Like, but that's it. It's just more about living the life, and I'm in a place where I'm trying to be more financially stable. I do want my own space like you, but I'm not gonna I'm not force it or like, and I'm not saying you're forcing it. Don't get me wrong. I'm literally just saying like I just want everything to make sense, and I'm taking things day by day and allowing it to align. It's kind of scary because it's like. I'm normally a planner.
Like, you're treading between, like trying to structure stuff and, like, letting things be what it is. Yeah. And, like, not trying to just be waiting around. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. But what about you, Dallas?
Yeah, what are some of your goals? Whether it be, like, y'all for the podcast or as a producer.
Like, kind of, you know, my whole mission really is to do everything that I can in my role to put, like, Boston hip-hop on the national stage. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's a lot of things for me. That's making beats, that's engineering, that's doing this show, that's making videos, everything that we do at High Street, right? So I feel like I'm doing the right things. So really, I just kind of want to take everything that I'm doing and that we're doing to the next level. Yeah. You know, elevate it all. So when you're talking about beats, like I'm always on that mission to craft that Boston sound. Like. I think that, like I said, we as producers are responsible for that. So me personally, I feel responsible for that. I don't know if it's going to be me, but I'm going to fucking try, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And when it's engineering, I'm trying to make industry-level mixes, right? This show, I want it to be fucking crazy, you know, and awesome and super entertaining. So it's just all that shit, really, just trying to just elevate everything, you know? And give it up as much as I can for people, do as much as I can to contribute and pour into the pot. and figure out how to make some money off of it for all of us, you know, and not take it all from me or anything like that. So it's marketing, it's the craft, it's content, social media, it's all that.
Let's do it.
Yes.
That was a deep ass speech, bro.
It was fire.
But I'm really excited because like the you know I've been feeling excited lately, just especially like from the testing lab, you know, like being around so much talent and seeing all the talent
Over
that's
like
brewing.
what 200 plus artists last year.
Yeah, I mean I've only been a panelist for like 5 or 6
Months.
episodes or
Oh,
whatever.
episodes.
Yeah, I've only been there for a few months. I think as I forget exactly when I started, but
Yeah, 5 or 6 is like 3 months.
yeah,
Because you said it's two times a
Oh.
month.
like twice a month, right?
I feel like I've seen your face a lot more than that.
I mean, I was there. I was around before
I'm
that.
talking about
and
on the
shit.
panel. I've been to a lot, and I
'Cause
feel like
the producer one was the first time I was on the panel. When it was just that one night when it was strictly
Really?
producers. I got asked to
I
be a
remember
panelist.
that one. Yeah.
And then they asked me to come back permanently. But no, like and the caliber of artists that I've had the opportunity to work with, like, you know, new artists and stuff that are coming around, and the artists that I've been working with getting better and better. Like, I feel like something really special is happening in this area.
It is.
No, for sure.
And I'm really lucky to be a part of it, and
Yeah.
it really fires me up. So like, you
We're all
know,
pushing.
That's
you
beautiful.
you guys,
Yeah, that's
like,
beautiful.
yeah, it's gonna happen here, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm more and more a part of it, and that just has me.
I've
happy,
been
so.
saying this like when I first started like getting like recognized in the scene. I have like a live on my Instagram, but I said the feeling not only for myself but what I was exposed to feels like when you put a tea kettle on the stove, and then it starts heating up and it starts to like whistle a little bit, like, and it's starting to get there before it whistles. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
yeah,
analogy,
you know.
actually, yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's bound to happen. It's just a matter of time. Like who's
Start ringing
Yeah.
off, yeah. And it's gonna take a scene, you know, and the thing that's got me
it's
the
gonna
most
take more than one
excited
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
is that, like, I think that
And we gotta
the men-
stay here.
Yes, the mentality in Boston
Stay
used to
here.
be like, I'm gonna be the one to make it
Out
and
there,
get out,
Get out
and,
and
and
go.
blow up. I'm gonna be the guy that blows up. People need to say, like, we're gonna be the scene that
yeah.
blows up.
We're the city. And the thing is, I feel like if we really did that, we'd be the biggest for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, Boston,
Unity.
they hate us because of the fact that we got the best sports teams. We got the best businesses. Like, they hate us.
Education
Education.
system,
Like,
healthcare.
imagine we can't do this. Like, yeah, we got a music scene,
let's
too.
music too.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck out of here. We literally be the state everybody want to be. Like, I don't get why we be beefing. It's because we have the mentality that everybody they want to be.
That's changing,
like,
though. It's
'Cause
changing.
it's
I see more and more
changing, yeah.
collabs. I see
Yeah.
more and more people talking about, like, what's happening here as a city and as a state and everything. Like,
What I will say, the music has been getting better though, because
it's
I
getting
feel because
crazy, yeah.
I'm a little older, and
How old are
honestly,
you?
I'm 30. So honestly, a lot of the
That's not old.
it's a little older.
wish I was 30.
Right? So like, I got sisters who are like half my age, so that's why I say I'm old. So like, when you listen to the music from back in the day in Boston, it was all the same shit. I'm from Dorchester. I'm from Madigan. I sell drugs. Like it was always, and they always wear a Boston hat. Adidas, it was the same outfit with like a fake Dipset fucking flow. Like
That's crazy.
it was always the same shit.
If you was here
It's the
during
niggas
that
from
time,
Roxbury. Because it's the niggas from
What's his name?
Roxbury wearing Adidas. Wearing
What's his name?
Adidas.
Jerry,
Jerry-O, if you was here, bring the camera back. If you was here during that time and you was rapping like that, Jerry-O said you was not it. Leave it, sir.
You was
now,
washed.
how old are they now? They're probably like 40.
They're
And they still
washed.
trying to rap.
They
Baby
was
boy,
just-
put it in the...
They were just trying to sound like some New York thing, and then it's always like I'm from Boston anthem. It was tired, bro. Yo, the only people I fucked with from back then, real talk, was like Lou Armstrong. Shout out to Lou.
Oh, I remember
That's
that.
the mayor. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, bro, nah, all them niggas was washed.
That's funny as hell.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. If you love music, you love music. But just don't
Yeah,
post
some
it.
music is, you could be washed and love some shit. It's all good.
Don't post it.
But I feel like the
Instead
artists
of
now in
going-
Boston are so much more diverse, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I hate that shit.
and it's because there was
We don't
this.
show love.
It was that idea of perpetuating like that. People want to see you do good as long as you're not doing better than them.
Yeah.
Type of mentality. So they felt like, all right, there isn't any what's out here for me. There's no support. Let me go
You go
out
somewhere
to
else
New
and they
York.
love you.
Let me go out to Atlanta. Let me go out to Cali.
a
Let me go
fucking
to
thing.
Yeah.
LA. Like
That's a fucked up thing.
or Miami. And it was a fucked up thing. But like Dallas said, I feel like that agenda and that mentality is shifted a lot.
I think the final thing that's gonna put us over is once we can start getting like a real fan base that's coming to all the shows. You know, because there's all these college kids here and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of silly that like they're
I
not
think
packing
it's the
shows
sound
out.
that will make us different, not
Right.
the fan base. Like we'll get
Well,
the
the
fan
sound
base
is
after
the
we
sound
have.
is
what's
attract the
gonna
fan
attract-
base.
It's gonna
Yeah,
attract
yeah,
it,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
because we don't have that yet. Like, and I really think it's gonna have to, like, you gotta think about mass. It's a melting pot of cultures.
Yeah.
You go anywhere else, they're not gonna know what a Cape Verdean is. Some have
Facts.
Haitians, some
Yeah.
know what Dominican. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
here we have everything, like Asian, whatever it is. So like we have to be able to melt all the culture into our
Yeah.
music
And all
like,
the genres.
Yo,
Like, 'cause
can
you
we
see
just-
like
making
everybody's on
CV
different genres.
music, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yo,
Like,
can-
that will make us, like...
What about Nori saying he thought Cape Verde was a part of Boston?
I mean, it's Brockton. Brockton's Cape
Brockton in
Verde.
there, part of Fields Corner. Fields Corner as well.
508, baby!
Fields Corner too.
Fields Corner.
Cesarius and all that
Cesaria.
shit. Fucking
Shout out to all my
cachupa.
Criollas. Period.
Shout out to my cachupa eaters. You know what I'm saying?
Chupa, you're a munch.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I just like cachupa. What do you want
It
from
was
me?
a joke.
Nah,
can't
Jerry
be
can
so
take it. He can dish it. He
Jerry,
can take it. Well, look, this has been a really dope conversation. Key, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having
I
me.
want you to cue a song up. Hand your phone to Jerry. He's gonna plug it in and play some
I won't
shit.
steal it.
And we'll take a shot as the last
Take a
goodbye.
shot. And is there anything else
no,
that you
you'll take this one.
wanna say or get off or promote or anything like that, Key? Did you flash your Instagram? You flash your Instagram?
Oh, if you're looking for me, you can find me at KEI.
Oh, sorry.
KEIWEI Fruit
That's
on
nice.
Instagram,
There it is.
Twitter,
There we go.
TikTok,
It's on the screen. It's the same everywhere.
Snapchat.
Do you actually like kiwis, by the way?
You don't like being called
I
Kiwi.
haven't. I don't like being called.
That was
Kiwi.
one of the first things I said to her. I said, "Are you
I used to
Kiwi
call her
fruit?"
Kiwi
It's
all
just
the time.
that like nobody goes like, "Are you D Savage 367 on Instagram?" Like nobody ever says that, so it's just like,
D-Savage.
you know what I'm talking
Are you
about?
Dallas Rose?
Yes,
No, but
Rose Dallas.
by
Rose
birth.
Dallas, the Podcvst.
By birth.
No, but I get that
So,
because you don't want to be
This
called.
is just a demo. I plan on dropping this soon. I'm getting it mixed. Oh, I'm getting it mixed, and
That's you, yeah.
Wait, pour up Jerry. You need a shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, very coming soon. I'll
was
be.
Keys.
I'm gonna be
You
Guys, I'm muting
working
the
on a
mics.
visual for this song.
Mute your mics. Once it plays, yeah. And then you got to fade up the phone fader.
It's
Gotcha.
lit. Feel
All right,
me?
so we gonna play some unreleased shit.
Unreleased key.
Hold on, give this to Jerry.
Release key.
Wait.
I'm the life of the party. Got the bottles on deck, we sipping on Bacardi. All the shorties in the back of the back, already shaking ass. Got the niggas going gnarly. In the city, know I'm popping. I'm a problem, but they don't know my body. I be stunting, I ain't sorry. Oh, you think that I be trying? Do it hard, like ooh. Can't no motherfucker try to tell me what to do. Like ooh. When I step in the room, watch how you better move. Like ooh. Can't no motherfucker try to tell me what to do. Like ooh. When I step in the room, watch how you better move. Everybody know I'm like that. Throwing dollars in the club, then spin to get it right back. Pretty face, still waist with a thick ass. Giving whiplash, got the niggas all on my jack. Tryna beat it like he might jack. Throwing rounds like Tice when it fight back. That's your nigga. Oh, that's my bad. He tryna holler for a dollar, got that price tag. Do say, get him loose, say. He'll do anything for the coochie. Wet, super soaker in his juice, say. Throw it back, got him running like he Usain. To touch it, baby, you can have it. If you want it, you should grab it. Talking crazy, it's a habit. When I'm off that aromatic. To touch it, baby, you can have it. If you want it, you should grab it. Talking crazy, it's a habit. When I'm off that aromatic. Like ooh. Can't no motherfucker try to tell me what to do. Like ooh. When I step in the room, watch how you better move. Like ooh. Can't no motherfucker try to tell me what to do. Like ooh. When I step in the room, watch how you better move. Like ooh, 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 I step in the room, watch how